How's it going, you guys? Frankie Hill here. All right, so, I figured I'm going to be doing some videos, and I'm going to be calling them Frankie Facts. So this is about me growing up skating and about all the different, experiences that I've had growing up, and I'd like to share some with you guys. So here we go. One of the cool things I have is after I first went pro, I got this from Powell. It was a laminated, it was like a laminated thing that stood up on a desk. And it was my pro deck when it first came out. Of course, it was in Trans World, not furniture. Really cool ad. And the deck was on fire when it first came out, of course. It was doing really well. And really proud of, my first pro board, of course. And really a special time. Really stoked piece of memorabilia that I have. Also, I'm going to talk a little bit about my time doing the Pro Spotlight. So, I remember when I first decided, when I was going to get a chance to do the Pro Spotlight, I thought to myself, I just didn't want to do a Pro Spotlight. I wanted to make it the best Pro Spotlight of all time or whatever, you know what I mean? I really tried to give it everything I had, I just didn't want it to be a Pro Spotlight. I wanted it to be, memorable for sure. So obviously I gave it everything I had. And so let's take a look. All right, so it opens up with the big double kinked rail and a shot of me. And at the bottom, your Frankie Hill Pro Spotlight photo by Mickey Vukovic. So on this day, we were just shooting stills. And if anybody's wondering if I made it this day, the best that I got was I landed 50-50 on the walkway that turned. It made like a right-hand turn. So the railing came down and it shot you out pretty fast. And the walkway made pretty much an immediate right-hand turn. So talk about really hard to stay on the inside of a double kinked rail all the way down and then make a right. So I landed 50-50 on the walkway and on the dirt and kind of rode along that, which was like the best that I could do on that double kink that day. And of course, really stoked on that. And the centerfold, which I signed on this issue, and it says, according to Frankie Hill's theory of relativity, all is proportionally smaller than the ollie over the top in Santa Barbara. This was at La Colina off the bank, and it was at the very end of the day after we shot everything. So the sun was going down, the day was closing out, and the deck that's propping this thing up was a longboard, and the pallet was pretty big, obviously. And skating my red ear deck and my Trans World sticker on the deck and all, and really stoked to get this guy. Of course, shot a couple of backside grabs over it, and I believe this was Vukovic as well that shot this centerfold. Earlier in the day, I did a lean grab at Powell on the mini ramp. And it says, any other paddleless skater would have been ousted in an instant, deaf melancholy at the Powell skate zone. Photo Vukovic. In the bottom, there's a tail slide at San Marcos. There's more than one way to Never Never Land. Photo Sherman. Steve Sherman got the tail slide on San Marcos. And Down to Earth at Dusk, relaxing at 360. Photo Sherman. Day was closing out as well. This was right before I ran over to La Colina to shoot that backside grab over the pallet. I threw some 360 flips, and this was at a small street transition right in front of Pizza Bob's in Isla Vista, a place that I skated often. I lived in Isla Vista pretty much for years. And I had, if you're wondering about those blue, tight short things underneath my shorts, these are actually hip pads, Rector hip pads. And I used to fall on my butt and my hips a lot. So those hip pads saved my hips and my butt, throughout that day big time. And of course I loved those low top Airwalks. We have, in the middle of the day, we have a double kinked rail in Goleta. And also the frontside 180 over the double set in Goleta as well. And at the double kinked rail, it says robbing the bank. Down the double kinked handrail in Goleta, Steve Sherman got the double kink. And a slippery banister would have gone nicely. Frankie manages his own to fakie. Steve Sherman, again, frontside 180 and over that gap. So, hitting some spots in Goleta North where I grew up and skated often. And these shots in the bathroom were in the Powell bathroom. And they shot a bunch of shots of me in the Powell bathroom sitting on the toilet, which was kind of interesting. Also, I got ollie mute to fakie that I used to love to do. I traveled them on the Powell mini ramp. You go, front side, ollie mute, grab mute, and then you kick your back foot off and travel. And then put your back foot back on and come in fakie. I used to love that trick. And that says, oblivious to the potential consequences of this one-footed mute to fakie, Frankie succeeds at first. Photo Vukovic. And the other one is a ollie mute grab over my friend Pablo Favela at the Powell pyramid. And the same day I also got a ollie backside grab, frontside 180 over him as well that day. And the caption on that reads, Frankie busts a grab over the pyramid in a padded Pablo Favela, Britain. And then Far From Nowhere, Photo Vukovic, me talking about, some skate tricks, hanging out at Powell. So that's pretty much the pro spotlight. And let's see here. I think there was one more small write-up at the end, and I was kind of bailing. Yeah, this is the end of the interview right there. And that was, here's the end of the interview. It keeps on going. And then it shows me, bailing one of those double kink board slides on that one, unfortunately. It was like right when I first started skating there, just trying to warm up and just trying to get a feel for the handrail, and, you know, took a pretty good bail into the dirt. So that's it. You know, that's my my pro spotlight, you know, hazardous interview, stuntman Frankie Hill. This magazine came out in 1992, February 1992. So that's it, you guys. That's it for the Frankie facts for today. You know, I'll be bringing you guys a bunch of different facts about, you know, me growing up earlier on in my skating, when I first started skating, and just talking to you about like where I went. I have pictures of like where I went and what I did. And then through my time with Dogtown and, you know, through my entire skate career. So you guys will start getting some more insights from me personally on my channel. So right on. And of course, you know, I'm sitting in my bulldog chair, and this is like actually in my my little skate warehouse as well. So all right, you guys. So if you have any comments or questions, just hit me up below this, and I'll answer them. Right on, you guys. Frankie Facts, #1.